All right, one topic we did not get into in today's live show was this Ja Morant situation involving members of his team, his crew, his entourage, whatever you want to call them. They got into an altercation with the Pacers back in January, I believe it was.
Yeah.
The NFL, NBA, I beg your pardon, conducted an investigation into it. And members of the Pacers felt that they were in grave danger. I said danger, you said grave danger, is any other kind. Grave danger because something straight out of a Ready to Die, Notorious B.I.G. interlude, like, what's that red dot on your head? Like there was a laser beam coming out of a car. It's like, what is fucking Boys in the Hood? Like, what is this story? Like, I'm like, really? What's going on here? I don't even know where to start with this, how to unpack this. What's going on
me
here?
at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn.
Now, Ja tweeted, Ja tweeted, in fairness, he's like, this is like bad for my image, my reputation. It's like they banned my guy from the facility or from the arena. I don't know what to think of this.
Natalie, lost me at banned my guy from the facility. Okay, what you doing? What's going through your mind? Natalie, I don't think this team is ready. They don't get it. I've determined in 2023. No, it goes back to Christmas. Because you told me, you're like, yeah, the Warriors go beat them on Christmas. You know that, right? The Warriors go beat them. And they did. But going back to December 25th to the present, they are not ready for the moment. And like a lot of young teams, they have a little bit of success. I think they surprised themselves. That's what they're telling on themselves. Because they felt like they accomplished something. They lost in 6 games to the Warriors in the conference finals. No. Conference semis. They lose to the Warriors, and they feel like, oh, yeah, we don't have to worry about them anymore. When John said, oh, yeah, I'm worried about Boston. No. Get to the conference finals. Beat the dogs that are in front of you, but before you start looking past them. But then they don't win games that they're supposed to win. It wasn't just a Warriors game. They lose games they're supposed to lose.
Dylan Brooks hitting people in the crotch.
Dylan Brooks getting into arguments with Shannon Sharp. What's wrong with you in a game? And then talking about it after? They're not ready, are they?
No, they're not. But, I mean, just from a simple, basketball playing standpoint and roster construction, I didn't think that they were ready. But some of this other stuff, I mean, really, truthfully, I think it should be concerning, about Ja. I don't think...
Well, that's where I'm at, yeah.
And I don't know, because on some levels it seems like his father is even encouraging the behavior, but it's like, you need to be mindful of the company you keep.
That's the thing.
You're an NBA player, and, first of all, I want to just clarify a few things, because the Athletic story came out, and it said that, they were able to substantiate that something, some kind of altercation, maybe not like a fight, but argument, something happened.
Right.
So they were able to substantiate that, but they couldn't.
There was not a weapon present. There wasn't proof that there was a weapon.
Right. They couldn't corroborate that there was a weapon or that someone threatened with a weapon. Yeah. So people were running with that to say, Ja said they were capping and, all of this kind of stuff. And because I've conducted many investigations. I used to do that for a living. And so when something is not corroborated or substantiated, that doesn't mean... But it also doesn't mean that someone lied.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that there's capping. It just means that it wasn't substantiated.
Yeah, right, but I think it goes both ways, though. You're right. It doesn't mean that it didn't happen, but it also, we can't take it and run with it and assume that it did either.
Absolutely. But I think it's important in this kind of investigation, and also when you read the full story, that the witnesses didn't want to talk. A lot of people didn't want to come forward. So that's usually going to be a reason why you can't substantiate something.
Sure.
And so it doesn't mean that it happened, but I want to clarify, because people want to run with something. And so all it is they're saying is they couldn't corroborate that happened. But they corroborated and substantiated enough that they issued bans, and not just to whoever it was that Ja was complaining about, but it seemed like multiple people that they're banned from coming back to the arena. And, Grizzlies fans are saying, I mean, you act like it was him. It wasn't him, it was his friends, but he was there. Right. And I mean, I'd have to think there's two things. Either one, if they did this against, Ja's wishes, then why would you even want to still be hanging out with those people and supporting them? But I think it's more likely, and again, this is me just speculating, I don't know him, I don't know what happened, but if they're doing that and he's there, they probably think it's okay to do that. And so it's just, you're an NBA player, like you have like a lot of potential.
A lot of potential. This guy's got the potential to be the face of the league, if he isn't one of them already. You hit it on the head when you said the company you keep, whether there was a weapon or not, whether it got to the point of what's that red dot on your head, whatever. Like, listen, like many a player has been taken down or pulled into something because they were in the wrong car or in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, I mean, what's not to like about Ja Morant, the player, and for that matter, the kid? One of my players, I talk about the experience of a lifetime, was coaching AAU basketball this past spring and summer. I remember we went to one of these events, Marquee Hoops events, and they were selling like these tights, and for the play. Like, he wanted the Ja Morant one. All of them wanted the Ja Morant one. Like, the kids love Ja Morant, and so I would just hate, even if there wasn't a weapon present, even if that was a misunderstanding, whatever, or if the fact that they couldn't corroborate it, if in fact there wasn't a weapon there. Like, what should people doing? What's up with your peoples, man? Like, what should people doing getting into it in the parking lot?
Confronting people.
I mean, like, come on, man. Like, we can't have that.
But it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people, but particularly athletes who have suddenly made it to just cut people off.
Oh, that's a story as old as time,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? But it sounds like you sound like an a-hole when you say this, but sometimes you have to do it. Some people you just cannot be, you can be associated with them. They cannot have access. It got to be boundaries, is what I'm saying.
And it takes two people to argue.
Some boundaries.
The Pacers, whoever, like, nobody knows them. So, I mean, like, whatever the Pacers employees or whoever from that party did to maintain this is not going to come back on them the same way it's going to come back on Ja Morant.
But it's like, and I'll just say this, Natalie, and I want to hear what you have to say. You really got to, I mean, Morant should know this now. I'm going to bring it back to him. You're a professional basketball player. Emphasis on professional. There's certain things you just can't, you may want to do, you can't do it. It goes against the professional operation. And if you're going to go from good to great, shout out Jim Collins in his book, but if you're going to go from good to great, there are certain things you can't do that you did when you were in college when nobody was really paying attention to you like that. So I think that's the takeaway from this for him, and there's nothing else to say, and that would be a good ending to the story. I hope it doesn't descend into something else.
But it seems to be just another thing in a bunch of situations that keep escalating for Ja. Like, you had the story that came out about like some player that he got into a fight with, like who was at his home or something. They were all like playing video games and something happened. So that came out a little bit earlier this year. Then you also had, like, at the end of last season, he got into an argument with someone online. Like, I think it was over his girl, someone, I don't know, a woman, but he kind of talked about like hollow tips, like the bullets, and then had to delete that tweet. Right. So it's like escalating events. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you tweeting stuff like that? Like, you're a professional basketball player, and now you're like Ja. Like, you're not in the hood anymore, or if you even ever were, you're a professional basketball player. Like, you have to outgrow some of this stuff, and so I don't know what it is, but like, he just has such a bright future. I agree with Mike that he has the potential to be the face of the league, and you just got to be more thoughtful and mindful.
You got to move different, man. Like, I just again, I hope we don't want to make this into more than it is, but also don't want to not understand how significant this could be. If you learn the easy way, not the hard way. Like we tell our kids.
Right.
Learn the easy way, not the hard way.
But on the court, they ain't ready. Okay.
I don't think anyone's disputing that, though. I think we're all in agreement with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.